If you have hard water and you own a water ionizer, you're going to want to pay attention to this video where I'll answer the question, can I use my water ionizer if I have hard water? Hey guys, I'm Dean Snyder from Snyder Health. Welcome to another episode of Water Ionizer Wednesday. If you're not familiar with the term, hard water is tap water that contains a high concentration of dissolved minerals like magnesium, calcium, iron, and so on. And hard water can wreak havoc on your plumbing fixtures and your appliances like your water heater, washing machine, dishwasher, coffee maker, your ice maker. It also makes your skin feel dry and your hair feel slimy. It makes all of your clothes feel scratchy and look dingy. If you have hard water, you'll know it because you have this white scale buildup on everything that the tap water touches. So if you do have hard water, there are some things you'll want to have in place to keep your ionizer from accumulating scale buildup and eventually severely affecting the performance of your machine. In this video, I'll discuss 3 different levels of hard water and what you should do in each case to protect your ionizer. I'll also talk about a whole house solution that you may want to look into to protect the whole rest of your house besides just your water ionizer. But first, let's talk about water hardness and its effect on your water ionizer. One of the most important functions of a water ionizer, next to its ability to create clean, high-quality alkaline water, is its ability to descale itself. Most water ionizers have some sort of self-cleaning mode which helps to shake off any minerals that may be sticking to your water ionizer's plating system. So for example, my Alkaviva Vest H2 water ionizer that you see here has what's called a Dark 2 cleaning system, which stands for Double Auto Reverse Cleansing version 2. This is one of the most high-quality cleaning systems you'll find in any water ionizer, meaning the cleaning system uses much more advanced technology that will descale the plates faster and more efficiently than most other ionizers on the market. Now, if you have hard water and you're using your water ionizer without any type of protection, the first and most obvious thing you'll notice is scale buildup around the tip of the stainless steel flex hose where the water comes out. First, it'll look like water stains, and then after a while, it'll start to become heavier and more crusty. If you see this, you know you have hard water. The second thing you'll notice over time is that the water flow from your top spout starts to get less and less in volume while the acidic waste hose on the bottom of the ionizer increases in volume. When you first get a water ionizer, you'll notice that there is approximately a 70-30 split in the output water, meaning about 70% of the water will come out of the stainless steel hose and about 30% will come out of the bottom acidic hose. Over time, you may notice that the volume split begins to change and you'll see less water coming out of the top and more water coming out of the bottom. If you see this happening, then it's likely that the hard water is starting to build up inside your machine and your ionizer is going to start suffering from a lack of performance as well as potential internal damage to the sensitive electronics. If you see this change in volume occurring, then you need to get some sort of protection from your water ionizer because eventually the water will cease to come out of the top spout altogether. If you have hard water and you want to determine whether your water is slightly hard, moderately hard, or extremely hard, you don't really need any special testing equipment to do that. All you have to do is keep an eye on your plumbing fixtures and your kitchen appliances, like your coffee maker or teapot, any type of glass water containers, and anything else that would come in constant contact with water. The first category I want to talk about is slightly hard water. If you have slightly hard water, you'll notice that you really don't have any significant buildup on any of your fixtures. If you have slightly hard water, you'll have a very slow, gradual, cloudy buildup on easily recognizable surfaces like glasses, coffee makers, teapots, any type of shiny chrome fixtures, and so on. And even though a more high-quality ionizer can easily deal with slightly hard water due to its self-cleaning system, some ionizers can't. So to protect your ionizer from slightly hard water, all you'll need to do is get yourself a EOS conditioner, which is a small inline filter that contains polyphosphate beads. Polyphosphate is a type of salt which dissolves slowly over time and prevents any of the calcium and magnesium in your water supply from sticking to the inside of the ionizer. It doesn't reduce the hardness of your water, but it will effectively prevent buildup in the machine. I'll post a link in the description area below where you can pick up an EOS conditioner for around $40. And then you simply change the EOS each time you change your ionizer's filters, around once per year. The second category would be moderately hard water. If you have moderately hard water, you'll notice that you have a white residue building up on all of your plumbing fixtures and appliances just like slightly hard water, except it happens at a much faster pace. It might only take a matter of a few weeks instead of months before you start noticing a white residue on everything that the water touches. When you run moderately hard water through an ionizer, you may start to notice white flakes floating in your water, or even stuff that looks like grains of sand. All that is the calcium clumping together, which is now visible to the naked eye after it goes through ionization. In this case, over a matter of time, you may start to experience some of the issues with your water ionizer that I mentioned earlier. If you have moderately hard water, you'll want to get something that is a little stronger than an EOS conditioner, something called an ultra Spartan filter, which is basically a larger version of the EOS conditioner, but it comes as a separate filter that goes inside of a filter housing. Then you hook up the ultra Spartan between your water source and your ionizer. An ultra Spartan can handle a water hardness of up to 425 parts per million, which will help to protect your ionizer from damaging scale buildup. Again, if you take a look in the description area below, I'll post a link where you can take a look at the ultra Spartan in case you need to get one. And finally, we have very hard water. I used to live in a house with very hard water, and let me tell you, if you have very hard water, you'll know it right away. With very hard water, you'll notice an immediate scale buildup on almost everything the water touches. You'll have this white gunk building up on everything: the faucets, shower heads, washing machines, all of your appliances, everything. If you run your kitchen sink and let the water dry in the sink without wiping it up, you'll see this white powder residue left behind after the water dries. This is the kind of water hardness that can wreak havoc on your water ionizer and make it almost inoperative in about a year. Not only will it scale up the entire interior of your water ionizer, but it can also severely damage the ionization chamber, something you definitely don't want to happen. With this kind of water hardness, there is no type of inline water filter that you can get. There is only one thing you can do in that situation, and that's put a reverse osmosis system in front of your water ionizer. That's exactly what I'm using in my house. The RO system will remove everything from the water, including all the minerals. Then a remineralization cartridge will put the correct amount of minerals back into the water before the water is sent to the ionizer. With that setup, you'll have perfectly safe and clean alkaline drinking water that tastes great and has all of the benefits that a water ionizer has to offer while completely protecting the machine. If you'd like to take a look at a reverse osmosis system that's configured to work with your water ionizer, I'll post a link in the description area below to one that I recommend. The last thing I want to talk about is a whole house softener that will protect not only your water ionizer, but will also protect the entire house against hard water damage. In a previous video, which I'll link to up here, I talked about why you should never use a salt-based softener in conjunction with your water ionizer. If you do have hard water and you have a salt-based water softener, you definitely need to check out that video because you could potentially be creating a hazardous situation. That's why I recommend getting a salt-free softener. With a salt-free softener, not only will it protect both your ionizer and the rest of your house against any kind of scale damage, but a salt-free softener can also break down any scale buildup that you already have in your pipes, which is a lot cheaper than having to replace all of your plumbing in your house and replace your damaged water heater every 5 to 10 years. And unlike a salt-based softener, there's no backflushing, no harmful discharge into the environment, they're non-electric, there's nothing you have to add or replace, there's no ongoing cost, and they'll last a lifetime. So much better than a salt-based softener. Again, I'll post a link in the description area below where you can take a look at the Ultra Home salt-free softener that I recommend. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And let me know in the comment section below if you have hard water and if you agree with me about the level of damage that can occur to your water ionizer. Also, if you haven't done it already, subscribe to the channel and then hit that notification bell icon because I have new videos coming out each week, and so this way you never miss an episode in the series. You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on this big round button right here, and you can watch other videos in the Water Ionizer Wednesday video series by clicking on either one of those right over there. Until then, be safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys next week.